it's Nikki of the Wealthy Woman Within. Welcome back to Tapping into the Oracle, where each week I tune into your energy, my lightworking lady, and I ask my angels and guides, my spiritual team, to show me what you've been struggling with and finding a challenge. And most importantly, how can you move forward in this coming week? And this week, when I asked my angels and guides what had been challenging you, the answer was something that I really felt on a personal level too. What's been a struggle for you in the last week really has been letting go. So letting go. Yeah, I am really feeling that one. So I am putting myself right in here with you. And of course, that's you in the card there. That is you right in the center. And you've come into this place of a clearing. If you look at the path in the card, that's the path that you've been on recently. And the path looks like it's actually coming down. So really, where you're at is you had been on a path that for so long, longer than it even seemed comfortable, just seemed like it was going uphill. And it was an uphill struggle and an uphill battle. And now you have finally come to the downturn. So there is this aspect of momentum. Things are moving along your path now, right? So you've come to that top of the mountain, really, to the pinnacle of that struggling and striving, and you just had this downturn. And what's really coming through is that if you feel like you're still right at that top, if you're like, where's my downturn? I'm not feeling my downturn, Nikki, then it's right around the corner. Because if you look in the card, you can't quite see what's beyond that. You can't see that pinnacle that you've reached and then come down, but it's there. And that is really the message that wants to come through here, is that you are in a place of a little more ease and things are starting to really get moving. And so you've been picking up speed on this path, and there's just this moment in the past week where you just stopped, where you paused. It's almost like you looked down at your feet. You looked down where you had been going and decided, I'm just gonna pause here. And it looks like you've paused in this clearing. And I feel like you created that clearing. You're in the middle of that forest, right? You're in the middle of all those trees. And I think the reason that you chose this place, this time specifically, is because you feel supported. Look at the trees that are all around you. Trees are such a beautiful symbol of strength and growth, right? Their roots are holding them grounded, and so they can stand tall. And you've come to this place where you have built that. You have surrounded yourself with other people, with those who will really support you and be that grounded strength when you need it. And so this has given you the opportunity right now to pause. And what are you going to do in that pause? You're going to let go. This has been the challenge because you'd been so focused on your path, but now this is your choice. This is your time. And if you look at your hands there, that is you letting go. Just look how she is lifting one hand up with so much grace, with so much ease, right? There's something just very noble in the way that she's letting go. This isn't a letting go that is painful, but it's a letting go that she is realizing on a deep level. And she's just finding her own strength in that ability to choose to release what no longer serves you. That is your choice. That is what you're doing here. And so when you do that, can you see the light? Oh my goodness, it is just like that whole card is filled with light and magic above you. And so when you just let go, it's like all of the darkness transmutes. It becomes lightness and it becomes magic. There's something very magical about that transformation that happens when you let go. And really, this card is leading us into our next one because it's giving us hints here of what that letting go will allow you to do. Because on one hand, you're letting go, but look at your other hand. That's your receiving hand. So can you see how you've let go and the darkness has transformed into light, and then you're just showered and bathed in that light. You're glowing and you're just opening up to receiving. You're realizing that there is so much you can receive. So that's where you are right now. And when I asked, how do you move forward? What is the guidance this week? We're right at that point where we're making a choice to let go and considering opening up to receiving light and bounty. And the answer is the way forward, the way you do that is moving towards the light. And this is so gorgeous, right? This is literally, can you see how it's almost like you, that woman in the one card where she let go and then opened her hand to receive and realized there's so much light there. It's almost like you kept that light and you just followed it. And you followed it into this new card, into the card of how to move forward, is moving towards the light. So you realized that that light was a constant source of guidance for you. Because look at where it's brought you. Following and trusting that light has brought you to, gosh, it's almost a paradise, right? This is what is opening up for you this week. When you move towards the light, you can see that you're no longer alone. It's not just you in the card. There is another person with you. And couples in Oracle cards really symbolize connection, but connection with respect. And so it's really like realizing that, wow, I'm not in this alone. I'm not on this path all by myself. That there are others like me, other seekers who are really trying to find their path. And when you find them, it's an instant connection. And there is a mutual respect. You welcome one another as being those fellow seekers on this path, as being those fellow light workers, right? And so look at that same pause that you're in. It's really like one frame to the next with this card. You paused and you made a choice in the last card. And in this card, this week, your choice is to continue that pause, because in this pause, you're just filled with wonder at all that's truly available to you and opening up to you by following the light, by trusting your heart. And You see, my dog agrees. He's so excited by what's available to you. So really, this is just your moment in this week to just take the time to trust. Because if you look at that path, your path that you've been on, and that is your future path now, it's winding all through the cards. It's like never ending. There are so many more things on your path. There's so many more opportunities and places that you will go by trusting. And so really, this is your time to just enjoy that, to kind of sit back and survey the possibilities and know that this is all divinely supported and guided. I mean, there's something so magical is that look at the little fairies that are on that path with you. You're kind of surrounded by them, and they are lighting the way over that bridge and forward onto the path. And so they're telling you, when you trust this guidance, obstacles aren't an issue. Look at that river could be an obstacle, but nope. They've just lit your way, said, here's the bridge. We will give you creative solutions to overcome any obstacles. Just keep following. Keep following the light. Keep moving towards the light and know that you can trust that. And so that is really this week's guidance for you on how to move forward. And it's just all about trust and being open to the beauty and the bounty that's available to you. So let's do our tapping on any resistance to letting go, because everything that's in front of us is so magical and filled with beauty that there's no resistance to that, right? The only resistance would be to taking that time to pause, to making that choice to let go so that we can receive. So tap with me, if you will, on letting go. So tapping through the points. I have been on an uphill road. And at times it feels like it goes on and on. It felt like I couldn't see the way forward. But now there's a little more ease. There's more momentum. And so I'm focusing on that. I've got all my focus on moving forward, on following the right path. I'm just watching my feet in front of me. Take step after step. I don't know how I would have time to pause. I can't see how I could stop. How could I trust that? If I take my focus off, even for a moment, what if the path went away or changed or disappeared altogether? So I can't stop. I have to keep going. I have to hold on tightly. to this one thing. It feels like it's the only safe way. And this holding on, it's almost like I'm holding my breath, waiting for the other shoe to drop. I feel myself constricted, locked in, hoping that this is the right way. And it's exhausting. All of this focusing, all of my effort going in one direction isn't leaving any time for me. It's not leaving any time for self-care, for being in quiet, stillness. It's not leaving me any room for new guidance to come through. Because when I'm constantly in action, I can't listen to the messages in the quiet. So I am making a brave choice, because I realize I don't want that. I don't want that narrow-minded focus that leaves myself out of the picture, that drains me of energy and cuts me off from guidance. I do not choose that. So right now, I am making a different choice. I am going to choose to pause. I'm going to look up, and I'm going to take a breath and give myself some time. Time to let go. It's as easy as opening my hands, releasing my tight grip, letting go of my control, and opening up to something new. Because it could be something better, right? I am letting go. I am releasing and relaxing into new possibilities. I am opening towards lightness and ease. And I am choosing to follow that light. So how do you feel now? Do you feel like it's possible? Do you feel like you maybe could pause? That you could just release your grip, let go of that tightness just a little bit, and open up to what the divine really wants to give you. Because they do. There is so much, so many blessings that are waiting to just be showered upon you when you open up. So I thank you for joining me, because you are a blessing to me. You are a blessing of light in my life. So thank you for watching Tapping into the Oracle, and I will be with you again next week. This is Nikki Diaz of The Wealthy Woman Within. Bye for now.